the FX30. Arguably the best crop sensor camera that you can buy right now, and I finally got my hands on one. So I upgraded to the FX30 for my video work, which I'm very excited about, and I'm coming from the Sony A6400. I'm still going to be using this for my photo work. I just wanted to get the FX30 for all of my videos, and today we will be going into why I did that. The biggest reason I wanted to get an FX30 was because it has 10-bit internal recording instead of the 8-bit on the Sony A6400, and this is a huge deal for me because I can shoot an S-Log now, and yeah, I just really want to be able to do color grading a lot more in depth than I was able to with an 8-bit camera. Another huge reason I wanted to upgrade from the Sony A6400 was because the Sony A6400 only shoots 4K 30 FPS and the FX30 has 4K 120 FPS. So now I can shoot slow motion in the best quality possible. Another huge upgrade with the FX30 comes the dual native base ISO of 800 and 2500 in S-Log 3, and the only base ISO on the Sony A6400 was 100. So that's a huge upgrade because now I will be able to shoot things in low light and I won't have to worry about bringing a light with me sometimes if I'm just going under a street light or something like that. And also I don't have to sacrifice getting a ton of noise in my image. You could go on and on about this camera's different features and all of its specs that it has, but that's not really that fun because first off, I'm not an expert and I don't know everything about cameras, and I'm sure you can find a much better in-depth review on the specs of this camera. But let's talk about why I think this camera was a good choice for me and why I'm very excited to own it. First off, the size of the FX30, it's not much bigger than the Sony A6400 comparing just the body, but a lot of times I had a cage on my Sony A6400 and that made it much bigger and it took up more space in my bag. The FX30 is a little bit smaller than that, so it still fits in my bag, and the power of the FX30 is just infinitely times better than that. With the A6400 having a flip-up screen to the top of the camera instead of the side of the camera, that was a huge issue for me personally because I would oftentimes have my mic mounted up there and I would be completely blocking it. I wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing or change the settings or anything like that. I'd have to flip the camera completely around, and with the FX30 it has a nice side rotating screen, which I'm super happy about. The FX30 is also just very heavy duty and well built. There's a lot of metal components on the camera and it feels very heavy in the hand while also being light enough to carry it around to most places. On top of that, it is just a very aesthetically pleasing camera to hold and look at. Having two cameras in itself is beneficial because now I can have the A6400 set up for photos and the FX30 set up for videos, and I don't have to be scrambling around in the menu trying to change it to photograph settings or video settings in the middle of me trying to capture a moment. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. I'm very excited to have this camera and I'm excited to see what I can put out with this, so make sure you subscribe and like this video so you guys can see the content that is coming soon. Thank you. I will see you guys in the next one.